FBI Office Memorandum, United States Government. To the Director. Subject, Josephine Baker. Purpose, to advise you pursuant to your request for information appearing in our files relative to Josephine Baker, Negro singer and entertainer.
Scope of search. In the preparation of this memorandum, Baker's name was searched with a single initial and with a combination of the first name with various middle names and initials. Baker's known married names were also searched. The search was not limited to locality, but included a search of both criminal and subversive
Personal
records.
history. According to April the 2nd, 1951 issue of Life magazine, Josephine Baker is the daughter of a St. Louis, Missouri washerwoman. This article stated that Baker, who as of the time of the article was alleged to be 45 years of age, began her Paris nightclub career in 1935 and has spent most of her life since that time in France.
The article further stated that Baker was reported to have at one time been married to a tap dancer and supposedly married Juan Pepito Albertino in the 1930s. In 1937, Baker gave up her United States citizenship and married a French broker by the name of Jean Leon. This marriage was dissolved by a divorce in 1940. Baker married her present husband, a Frenchman, bandleader Joe Bouillon, in 1947.
According to the March 12, 1951 issue of Time magazine, Baker, who has been a French citizen since 1937 and during the occupation of France by the Germans during World War II, spent time in North Africa. This article further stated that while in North Africa, Baker became a lieutenant in the Free French Air Force, did intelligence work, drove an ambulance, and entertained troops.
Drew Pearson stated that this is not true. Here are affidavits to prove that Truman was a member of the Klan in Independence, Missouri in 1921. Peking, missing British atomic expert, his name is Portakova, is in Peking, this on high authority, teaching Red China how to make atomic bombs. Chicago communists will descend upon the Capitol sometime in February to pressure the president for an immediate ceasefire in Korea. They will give him scrolls from the so-called thousands of members of the SOSIE, Save Our Sons Committee. These SOSers are nothing but a lot of commie fronters. Winchell will give $10,000 reward for helping the FBI in apprehending to catch the number 2 communist figure, William Norman Moran. Tangiers. A mysterious submarine rose to the surface off Tangier Harbor on 121 at 11 o'clock at night.
And with motions of love, and with motions of love, and with motions of love, and with motions of love.
Walter Winchell. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North and South American by Walter Winchell. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North and South American by shortwave overseas. Walter Winchell. Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North and South American by shortwave overseas. Let's go to press. New York City. Attention please, Associated Press and the New York newspapers. If you will contact Mrs. Walter Winchell, don't be nervous, darling. I'm the one they rap. Attention, Mr. and Mrs. United States. The following statements are for certain people.
And with motions of love, and with motions of love, and with motions of love. And with motions of love, and with motions of love, and with motions of love. Walter Winchell, Walter Winchell, Walter Winchell, Walter Winchell.
Old school, old school. Now, there's a story I'ma tell that's familiar to some. May have happened to you once or twice, as real as it comes. It's not a stranger either, it's your daughter or son. But that depends on how my tale particularly spun. I say the victim in the situation, get real. The voice of the nation, Walter Winchell. Fight red communists every day on the news. But at the Stork Club, Josephine Baker accused us of discrimination, a communist ingrate. Nothing to do with the order or why I came late. Why she blames me, I have not a clue. This is the way of the white world, I play by the rules. But no worries, I'll get help from J. Edgar Hoover with the picket signs to deport and remove her. And since there's no other level we agree on, enough of me, listen to DJ Leon. Yeah. Old school, old school, old school.
A medal for J. Edgar. Here's one. 1942, Senator Meade promotes a bill to give J. Edgar the Congressional Medal of Honor for the capture of 8 German saboteurs. 1947, J. Edgar voted Best Father of the Year, among others, by a New York organization, the American Mothers Committee, regardless of the fact that J. Edgar's a bachelor. 1948, King George VI of England has appointed J. Edgar an honorary knight, commander in the Civil Division Order of the British Empire. A medal for J. Edgar, yeah. 1953, Eisenhower awards J. Edgar a medal for exceptionally meritorious civilian service. 1956, Senator Munt, South Dakota, sees J. Edgar running for president if Ike decides not to run.
La democracia en Norteamérica es una farsa. Los negros en Estados Unidos son objetos de amenazas e intimidaciones, linchamientos, condenas sin juicio. Son hechos sin remordimiento a los negros para formar un clima de violencia racial. En el país donde nací...
To the Department of State, Washington, October 6, 1952. Subject, Josephine Baker, press interviews in Buenos Aires. Josephine Baker is presently in Buenos Aires for a 2-week engagement at a vaudeville theater, representing herself as a member of the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Ms. Baker delivered a series of detailed and impassioned accounts of race prejudice in the United States, all of which have been given dramatic play by the newspapers in Buenos Aires. Ms. Baker delivered her opening discourse on Tuesday, November 4, the evening following her benefit performance at Teatro Colón for the Eva Perón Monument Fund.
North American democracy is a farce. The United States Negroes are the objects of threats and intimidations, lynchings, condemnations without trial, electrocutions which are dealt out coldly to Negroes in order to form the climate of racial violence. In the country where I was born, they speak of democracy and of civilization, while Negroes are sent to die in Korea. There are many, very many people who with the greatest of naivete look upon the United States as a model. It is necessary to open their eyes. Racial and religious discrimination is like an octopus which releases a black liquid to conceal itself. I have heard that steps are being taken to prohibit my return to the United States. I hope that they know that none of these threats can prevent me carrying on my trust until all men are equal. Although they can prevent my entry into their country, they will not stop my activities as long as I know that there are those who need me. And it would not worry me in the slightest if I knew that Negroes no longer needed me. The reason that I had to flee that country was to put my name and myself at their disposal and to do what I knew that they could not do for themselves. If my entry into the United States is forbidden, this for me will be an honor because it will show that my work for humanity has been successful. Ladies and gentlemen, I have spoken to you about the horrors existing in a country which calls itself the guiding democracy of the world. I ask you, should such horrors exist in any country, and especially in one which wishes to govern the world? The United States is not a free country. And believe me, I am not jealous of those who live there. What does the famous Statue of Liberty represent? Where is this democracy for which so many North Americans speak of with conviction? The people in the United States who struggle against race prejudice and for justice live in terror. In this horror of discrimination, where is democracy? At this moment in North America, I am branded because I have the courage to speak of the atrocities of discrimination. In the white newspapers of North America, there's hardly ever anything printed about the Negroes. But I am the latest news. I am the traitoress. I am the undesirable. I am the traitoress.
Havana, to the director. Yesterday, Josephine Baker picketed Vado's...